Hello, hello, hi guys, welcome back to the Football Showdown channel. We are back with another stream. Today we're talking transfer news. A lot has gone down, a lot of things have gone down. We are trying to hit 1.5 subscribers, 1.5k subscribers before the end of this transfer window, not this transfer window, before the start of next season, right? So we're trying to do that. So if you are not yet subscribed, subscribe to the channel. I hope you are enjoying this content. We've hit 1.13 subscribers. We're trying to hit that 1.5 very soon. So if you guys are not yet subscribed, do tune in. We are going to be on a great journey, to be very fair. Yeah, I'm sort of excited. Today, transfer news, a lot of things have to be spoken. I thought I would do this on Monday or on a Tuesday next week, but there might be a big collaboration coming in on Monday. That is the whole reason why I've sort of pushed this. We'll just see if that happens or no. Again, it's a huge talk. It's a huge uh, maybe we do not know, right? But yeah, we'll wait for about like 2 minutes. Few of my boys are running late because of their personal reasons. Uh, we'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes and then we'll get back to the rest of it. 1 second. Have I posted everything possible though? Ooh, yeah. Hmm. I think I did. I think I did. Should be good. Should be good. Okay. So, they may be a little bit late. I hope this. I just switched on the fan. I hope it's not an issue when I'm doing this. Okay, big news. Arsenal are about to sign Kepa. David Einstein comes out with a huge bomber saying that Arsenal are in talks with Kepa. Let me just read it fully, right? Yeah, here it is. Arsenal are closing in on a deal to sign Kepa from Chelsea. Agreement almost done with the player. Long-term deal in place and Kepa ready to be back up for Raya. £5 million release clause to be activated soon. Well, how do I really think about this deal, right? Personally, it is fine. It is another player that we are going to sign from Chelsea. At this point, every window, Arsenal have to sign a player from Chelsea. Else, that window is not even considered as a summer window. Last season, Jorginho. No, sorry, last season, who did we sign from? Yeah, last season we signed Sterling. Before that, we signed Jorginho. Before that, we had Kai Havertz. Before that, we had Willian, David Lewis, and I think we had a small break there, and then we went to Peter Cech, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, uh, speaking of transfers, we have a latecomer coming in. Hey, Aarush, how are you?
Good, bro. How are you?
Well, it's been a lazy day. It's a Saturday morning. Let's just say it's a Saturday morning. Even for me, it's a Saturday evening for you. I know that, but yeah, I hope you're doing well. Actually, if you don't mind, do let the people know what you're doing. Maybe that can help.
Hmm. In simple words, basically living the dream. Uh,
Hmm.
I'm interning with one of the journalists in India, so
Hmm.
first-hand
Hmm.
experience to everything that's going on in football.
Right.
Just everything related to Goan football, everything related to Indian football, and
Hmm.
just
Hmm. Hmm.
covering news that might be out soon,
Hmm.
related to European football because that's
Yeah.
what I expertise in. So hopefully
Hmm. Hmm.
things are going good. It's just been 1 week at work. Today was
Hmm.
work from
Hmm.
home,
Hmm.
hence I joined in stream. So
Yeah.
it's going good to be honest. Playing the dream.
Good, good. Definitely, dude. Definitely. Uh, I mean, I was talking about Kepa. I don't think much of the crowd is there yet. But yeah, what do you think about Kepa joining Arsenal?
I think for the release clause, which is deemed to be 5 million, I think it's like perfect. There's nothing that can go wrong apart from
Hmm.
Kepa not turning up when he's expected to. But
Hmm.
with for the season he had last season, I think he was brilliant. He had lots of great saves. I think
Hmm.
Bournemouth had plenty of clean sheets as well, thanks to
Right.
their defense, which was there ahead of
Hmm.
him, which was Hoyson, Zabarani. and then
Hmm.
this guy, who's he, KERKEZ, and
Hmm.
also
Hmm.
then obviously Kepa as well, because
Right.
as bad he was deemed to be because of the price tag when he signed for
Hmm.
Chelsea. I
Hmm.
think he's
Hmm.
done really well in his loan spells.
Hmm.
That is for Bournemouth, and if we're getting him on a permanent, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's a 5 million deal from to Chelsea from
And
Chelsea. Yeah.
and he's a Spanish player, so
Hmm.
he works pretty well with Arteta's liking,
Yeah.
and he gets to. He's still young. Let me just check his age. Do you know what his age is?
He's 30 years old, if I'm not wrong. Huh?
He's
He's
30 years
30?
old. Damn.
Yeah, yeah. What do you mean he's young? He's 30.
I
He'll
thought he
become
was
31
younger.
this year.
He looks young,
Nah,
bro.
nah. I mean, that's because he has a baby face.
Oh,
But if you look at many players,
yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
he
think I've
is.
ever seen him with a beard, though. But yeah,
That
fair
is true.
enough.
That is.
He'll be
Hmm,
31 by the time the season
hmm,
starts, which is in October or something.
hmm,
So
hmm, hmm,
not bad, because it's obvious that we wouldn't be looking to get the better of Raya this season, as to half of the fan base thinking of getting a Joan Garcia because we need to
hmm,
bin Raya. So
hmm,
I think Raya learns from him. He learns from Raya, whatever time,
hmm.
whatever competitions. And I think Kepa will be given much more minutes than we had, that we could have given
Means
to Neto last
Neto?
season.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm,
for sure. Because
hmm,
as much as experience Neto brings in the Premier League, I think Kepa is just clutch with his saves at times.
hmm, hmm,
Although he
hmm, hmm.
has that bozo gene, which I last remember seeing in Chelsea, but
Right.
fair enough. I don't know how to actually judge
Hmm.
a goalkeeper, so that is just my
That
opinion.
True, true, true. Rahul says that I like the Kepa deal. We'll see what his wages. Actually, that is fair. That is very fair because
Fair enough.
nobody really knows regarding that situation, right? It's a 5 million deal. Backup goalkeeper is just spending close to like what 25 million or like 30 million for Joao Garcia. Uh,
Hmm.
I think it's a fair deal. I'm not too keen about it because again, we're paying money to Chelsea. That is the whole reason why I'm not like too sure or like too
Hmm.
keen about this deal. That's the whole thing because we've held them with Kai Havertz, we've held them with David Luiz, Willian. I mean, Willian was a free transfer. Kai Havertz was like the big deal that has helped them sign multiple players last season as well. So,
Hmm.
and that's the whole. But again, it's 5 million. I guess it's all right. But yeah, it is what it is. In terms of goalkeeping situation, right? I think it is fine because where Kepa is really good is his penalties, and Raya lacks that qualities very much. So, like you said, if he can help Raya understand to be a better goalkeeper in that way, why not? Right? Why not? So,
Fair enough.
yeah.
And we also have the news of Setford being promoted, right? It's Setford only,
Oh
right?
yeah, huh. Setford.
Yeah.
I think
So
Setford has
Setford
been pro.
either
Hmm.
gets to learn directly from
Hmm.
him, or
Hmm.
the point is that he can also go out on a loan, which can see another academy guy being promoted.
Hmm.
Anything
Hmm.
can
Hmm.
happen. And then this
Hmm.
also clears out things as to people wanting Carlhine. Even I wanted Carlhine to be the
Hmm.
backup goalkeeper if we are
Hmm.
not going big on a goalkeeper, and if it's
Hmm.
not of that much importance, but it clearly is of importance, at least in
Hmm.
terms of experience. So
Hmm.
it makes
Hmm.
sense, and we can make money out of Carlhine and put a this thing sell-on clause on his deal, because
Right.
he's still
Right.
young. He'll
Hmm.
get good minutes.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
He For a fact he was the first Estonian to ever play in La Liga.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, Carl, okay, I mean, I do not know from what region he's from anyway. So,
Mhm.
Estonia was not the one that I thought in the first place.
He could
Uh,
turn up on the cold nights in
yeah, yeah.
North
Or
Europe.
he could be like those nice trivial questions. Who's that? Who's that
Yeah.
one player who played in La Liga from Estonia? It'll be nice kind of question. Yeah. Hi Gary, bro. It's been a while. It's been a while. How are you? How are you? I hope you're doing well. Club World Cup coming up. You signed who? Xabi Alonso, obviously. Who are the other players that you guys signed? Dean Huyson, a player who has,
Trent.
yeah, Trent as well. Trent as well. I mean, those pictures have not yet come out. If I'm not wrong, have those pictures come out?
No,
Because
no,
if
no.
those
I
pictures
think
came out, I can definitely know about it because certain people will go crazy regarding that, and obviously, and what I'm really excited to know about is how your new player. I do not know how to pronounce his name. Do you know how to pronounce his name? The guy from River Plate, the Argentinian that they have
oh,
signed. To
Mastuano.
sign. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He signed
I'm
for them.
excited. It's almost done. It's almost done. If I'm not wrong.
So Real
Hmm.
Madrid beat PSG.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, if he signs for them and in the Club World Cup he gets more minutes than Rodrygo, that is the hope. That is the hope. Gary
Bro,
says why
they
are hmm, good good good.
bro, they have Endrick, they have
Uh,
Gulair, now
yeah.
they're getting Mastuano.
Hmm.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Why our boy is in Arsenal jersey? Which boy?
Anytime is a good time to
Okay, 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 okay. Aarush, okay.
anytime is a good
Nah,
time to represent the club.
hmm. I thought you were talking with Tamil. I was like, in Tamil, where did I put the Arsenal jersey? But yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. For every Chelsea to Arsenal deal within the last 5 years, it has been a win-win scenario except Sterling. Even Willian, he was going to leave anyway. See, David Lewis was the only was the only Chelsea player who I was like, thank you for coming to Arsenal because we needed someone in that defense who knows how to defend, right? Uh,
Experience.
yeah, yeah. Uh, I'll be very honest. Kai Havertz was not someone who I backed from the start. But since you could see October, I started to see why he was making sense. And by December, when he started to be used as that center forward instead of Eddie, it was very obvious how Kai Havertz or what kind of impact Kai Havertz will have. So, yeah, that's all I've got to say. Sterling, we saved Chelsea's. Yeah,
100K we paid for him, and they paid the 200K or something.
yeah. Welcome, Rusty. It's been a while as well. It's been a while. How are you? How are you? But there have been rumors regarding Kubo moving away from La Liga. From I think his price range is what 30 to 40 million. The moment I read that, I remembered you saying that we could sign for him. 30 to 40
I
million is
also
a
saw
nice punt.
plenty of people bring up the Kubo point
Hmm, hmm,
on
hmm, hmm.
Arsenal signing Kubo, so I'm good
Hmm,
shot.
hmm, hmm. It's a good punt in my opinion. Like for 30 to 40 million, I think it's a decent punt. But like if it's above 40 million, maybe like a 50 or 60 also, I'll be like, nah, bro, it's all fine. You can stay at La Liga itself and it is all cool. Madrid buying young talent when they don't have enough patience for a project doesn't make sense. Well, isn't that the story? I mean, I won't be surprised if Guller is like, you know what, in 2026 or 2027, I will leave. I won't be surprised.
I think, you know what I think?
Mhm.
If Turkey have qualified for the World Cup, this would be his last season forever. And then next season, when he makes a statement in the World Cup, he
Hmm.
leaves because his price tag would increase.
Repeat. What regarding the World Cup?
So if Turkey have qualified for the World Cup next year, I think they have.
Hmm.
I think
Okay.
Goulet will continue to play this season, get
Hmm.
whatever minutes he's getting,
Hmm.
impress the manager in those minutes.
Hmm.
Next year, during the World Cup, he'd have a
Hmm.
good run, and
Hmm.
that's at the end of that season or post the World Cup, he would decide to move away when his price tag is even higher.
Makes sense actually. To be honest, makes sense. What do you guys think about that though? Do you think Guler will leave like
Because
next season?
Euros also he had a very good this thing
Huh.
performance for
Hmm.
Turkey.
Hmm.
He's one of the
Hmm.
best performers. So
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
think that can be in his mind.
Hmm. 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 Hola, hermanos. Hopefully, we can have a specific video on Spain national team soon. I do not know regarding specific national team or specific video on the national team, but if if I have a decent sleep schedule, I will do a watch along tomorrow for the Portugal versus Spain UEFA Nations League final. Again,
Mm.
I will reinstate this. I don't care about that cup. I'm doing that because the story seems nice, right? Cristiano Ronaldo versus Yamal. Ronaldo is saying that whoever wins the Champions League should win the Ballon d'Or as well. You know,
Yeah,
yeah, he came out saying that people who a person who wins or the people or the team that wins the Champions League should be the player coming from that team who wins the Ballon d'Or.
salty.
You never know, right? Yeah. Also, thoughts on Antonio Nusa. I think it's best Aarush says this because he has written a decent piece on it as well. And yesterday he was brilliant. You wrote him on Nusa, na? Yeah, exactly. Huh?
Just a small piece I'd written on him as to how impressive his dribbling from
Hmm.
wider areas was, and as to how
Hmm.
energetic he is from
Hmm.
like the left wing area. So that's just most of it. Because I didn't watch the game yesterday, I just watched some highlights of him. So
Hmm. Hmm.
I really
Same,
don't
same.
know
Even I
much.
Even I watched the highlights. I'm saying in general, like regarding news, I think it's best you can talk about it than me because I just know like from clips, highlights, and all that. That's what I'm saying. Nothing else.
I think if Raja was there, he would have told us more about this
Mm-hmm.
because he watched the
True.
game yesterday as well, and we were having a discussion on this. I
True.
don't have much expert
Mm.
information.
Rusty was too busy and had gone to the. Oh yeah, I've seen your tweets by the way. I hope you're doing well, man.
Ahmedabad.
Yeah, I saw him post bunch of stuff and tweeted something really
Oh yeah.
sad. Bro, even I was hoping that Punjab would win. I don't think majority of us wanted RCB to win anyways. But yeah, after seeing Kohli like cry like that, and it was nice. But what had happened after that was just horrible. Again, I'm not going to get into that because it has gone completely political regarding that, and it's those are topics or those are situations or those are instances where I don't want to like talk openly about it because I'm not well informed regarding such situations. It's best I don't talk much about it, right? But yeah, did I want RCB to win? Hell no, definitely not. I wanted Punjab to win. I think majority of us wanted Punjab to win as well. But yeah, it's sad. It's sad, but it's at least a good sign. It is definitely a good sign with what
Oh, it's
they've done. The recruitment has been good. That's what we need to applaud in the first place. And then the way captain and the entire team has performed. Let's see. Maybe next season could be yours. Next season also we could have a new winner. You never know. If Rodrygo to Arsenal happens, I'm happy for him. Saka and Rodrygo link up. Oh my god, Premier League needs to get ready. Hey, is that so, Gary, bro? Now you're finally like coming into this thing. That's nice. That is good science, I guess. Yeah. Hmm. Our sporting director is a fool. Wants Luis Diaz Rashi when there are better choices. He isn't even looking for choices. See, I'm a huge fan of him. But I will say, if Barca wants Martinelli for like 55 to 60 million, I wouldn't mind because he's going to Barca. Because it is Barca. Any other club, I would not be keen about it. But if he's going to Barca, I would be very happy. I think he will do great for Barca. The kind of football that you guys play, the expansive football, the making sure you contain in that half, he'll be brilliant for you guys. If I'm not wrong, right? Uh, Regarding sporting directors, right? I just read sometime back that uh, Ter Stegen's agents went and spoke to Deco or or to the president, if I'm not wrong, telling him to convince Hansi Flick to let him play. Is that true? Because I've read that somewhere. I might be wrong. Do let me know in the comment section as well because I was like, what do you mean a player's agent is going and telling that play my player? Like, if I mean, I knew that certain players have that pull in a team, but it's Hansi Flick. It is not some random manager who's out there like just managing Barca. It is Hansi Flick. Nah, there's no way, man. There's no way. And I think Barca fans will be happy with the situation as well, right? Yeah. Jabi wants Franco. I do not know how we will use him. Same, bro. With the number of youngsters that you guys have, the number of players that you have in that team, I really do not know how you're going to set up. Yeah. In all honesty, you need Zubamendi more than any other player.
They need that figure in defense, bro. They need that defensive midfielder figure to at least control games because post Tony Cruz leaving, I don't think so they've been able to replicate that. And
Hmm.
getting Trent for that creative output
Hmm.
is sensible, but you still
Hmm.
need someone in the center of the pitch to do that on a
Hmm.
consistent basis. So
Hmm. Hmm.
considering
Hmm.
Modric is also left, so
Right.
it
Right.
is
Right.
something.
Please don't talk about like yeah, bro. Trust me, it hurt me as well. No, why? Yeah, many reasons, but it hurt me too.
Mm.
Wait. I'm happy if he joins Arsenal. I don't want him to join City or Chelsea, man. Fair, good, good man, good man. I want still, bro. He was a talent. I think. Yeah, we all spoke. Yeah, go
Why
ahead, go ahead,
has
go
the
ahead.
news gone Zion Stereo to Real Madrid?
Don't worry, bro. It's Madrid. It can still happen. After June 16th, another window opens. No? In that window, also they might sign. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised. But yeah, we'll go back to this one. Yes, Arsenal man. Arsenal fans, Twitter. Man, Arsenal Twitter is so restless. The fan base wants a statement signing. I'm afraid of the expectations that are going to be put on Sesko. I have few thoughts regarding this. I mean, Arush, do you want to answer this before I go about whatever I want to say?
Yeah, I think the idea behind Sesko's signing is more to see, I mean, this part of the fan base, okay? It's more to
Hmm.
see whether Arteta will end up on failure than
Hmm.
Sesko being actually the signing we wanted. It's
Hmm.
like you're giving Arteta the signing he wanted. If he
Hmm.
doesn't do good, you're going to
Hmm.
beat Arteta with the same Sesko signing because this
Hmm.
is where we were in the last phase of the project. But
Hmm.
again, if you can't see the light with Sesko, then I've got to blame you, bro. If you have opinions as to saying that we
Hmm.
shouldn't have been got getting a project striker at the club at this point of
Hmm.
time when we're
Hmm.
supposed to be clinching titles, going
Hmm.
doubles and shit like that next season,
Hmm.
I think
Hmm.
it is a fair opinion to hold. But
Hmm.
the idea behind getting Sesko and him failing so that
Hmm.
you prove that Arteta has to leave, I think that is the mentality within this part of the fan base that Rusty has been talking about. So
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Hmm.
think statement signing is fair enough. Everyone wants that at this point of time. But
Hmm.
again, you are dealing with multiple positions that you need. I think Zubimendi
Hmm.
himself is a statement signing as to how he elevates the side. One left
Yeah.
winger
Hmm.
inside, one
Hmm.
left winger you get as well.
Hmm.
If you're planning to go for an experienced player now that we've gotten Sesko, that
Hmm.
experienced player can be even in Nico Williams to the level he plays for the
Hmm.
country. He may
Hmm.
not have the output for his club, but the
Hmm.
country level performance that he pulls up with the not even the experience, but with the confidence basically. I think
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
itself tells you a lot about him. Rodrygo
Hmm.
is a fair statement signing, but do we have the financial funds to play two 70, 80 million plus deals in attack
Hmm.
in one window? I'm not sure
Hmm.
about that. And then
Hmm.
you have
Hmm.
your other options as to whoever you can name. And then there are
Hmm.
options as a statement signing with experience that is like Leroy Sané and
Hmm.
stuff like that. So I don't know how
San
much
is not a
sense
statement
all of
signing. It is just a signing. Please, please
Mm,
let us not go wrong there. Let us definitely not go wrong there. San is not a statement signing. He is a signing. At least now. Maybe from City, if he was signing, that would have been a different, but not from the version that is coming from Bayern. At least that's what I think. Yeah, we'll take in few comments as well. Einstein said we are looking for a backup. We're also looking for a Saka backup. What do you think about Sane as a third choice? Still doubt it. It'll happen as a third choice. Free transfer if his wages are around that what 120, 130 range. I think it's still decent because he has a lot of experience, right? I think off the bench he'll still have that pace or the legs in him to like do well. But if those wages go anything beyond 175, right?
mm.
It's not going to be it's not
The
going to be good.
idea within all of us has always been that Sane should be that third striker signing, that
Hmm.
a third attacking
Hmm.
signing that we should be pulling out. And the
Hmm.
question has always been the wages, like Sucheet already
Hmm.
said. So
Hmm.
if
Yeah.
if wages fall in place, I think for a free transfer
Hmm.
for what do you think? 2 year contract, 3 year contract?
I think 2+1 will be nice.
Yeah, two plus
Yeah.
one would be nice. That's what
Hmm.
Trossard had, or a 3+1 did you have?
Trossard, I think, had a 3+1 if I'm not wrong.
So yeah, makes
Hmm.
sense.
Hmm.
But then again, how
Hmm.
do you accommodate? Do you sell Trossard or Martinelli? That is again one question that you
Huh.
need to
Huh.
answer in order to
Because that's
getting
what
your third attack.
if you're signing another Saka backup as well, I think one of them is getting sold for sure. Because I can't
Because
imagine Arsenal signing Zubimendi, potentially Rodrigo, potentially Sesko, and that itself will cost like what 200, 230, like 250 million, 260 million, like that. And then on top of that another forward. I don't know, I really do not know.
hmm, and where does this put Waneri on the lines as a right
Hmm.
winger? Where does
Yeah.
this put Dowman, as people are saying, who's going to break out next season?
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
there are questions. Again, Sane can play left wing, but I don't see
Hmm.
him being the left wing backup for us,
Hmm.
majorly than a
Hmm.
Saka backup. 180 is too much
Hmm.
though. 180 is too much.
Hmm.
150 is fine, I'd say.
Yeah, 150 is also fine in my opinion.
See,
Yeah.
Trossard came and delivered an output for 90K wages.
Hmm. Hmm.
His wages were 90K, and he gave
Hmm.
us numbers for that wages. So
Hmm. Hmm.
I think I don't expect Sane to give me that, but
Hmm.
for 180, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Who else is a free transfer, free agent?
Free agents, I'm not sure. Free agents, I
Is
genuinely am not.
Asensio has Asensio signed with Aston Villa?
No, no, no. So they have to let him go because of their PSR issues, and they can't really keep him
Oh
because
shit.
of that. Yeah, 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 yeah. That is the whole reason. Okay. Don't know about that Garcia. Don't know about that. Garcia has to start. Thank you and goodbye. See you soon as a spectator or as a statue outside Barca. Okay, huh? Hmm, okay. I statue and all of that. I'm not sure because the kind of the way that you guys have been treating him and all of that. But yeah. Once Garcia comes in, I think even Chesney will be on the bench, right? So and
So
from
you're
looks,
saying they'll have three top class keepers for next season?
three
I
top
mean,
class. They.
if you want to count Ter Stegen, but three
Uh-huh.
top
Hmm.
goalkeepers.
Mm-hmm. Regarding Sesko, I'll come back because nice out. It's really funny to see how Madrid fans are seemingly more patient with Javi and willing to give him time, but sad Carlo, who won them two league titles, two UCLs in last 5 years.
I
Um,
think it's also got to do with the football that they play.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But would you? I mean, okay, actually, it's Madrid, right? They can stick to trying and developing their football because
Standards, bro.
ha ha ha. If it's any other club, they would take this. They would definitely take this without a doubt, right? So yeah, makes sense. If Arteta wins the UCL, I will myself build him a statue. I will break the marble myself. Crazy how Madrid sacked Carlo just shows the difference in expectations and overall patience. Yeah, yeah. Sesko outscores his XG by 30%. By the way, may not have enough goals in Bundesliga, but I think he'll explode in 1 to 2 years. Well, Rusty and the rest of the concurrent viewers out there in the chat right now. Stay tuned. The Sesko scouting report will be dropping very, very soon. Hopefully next week. Lot of production values going into that. Not hyping it. It's just saying that it's going to be different from what the channel normally puts out. So stay tuned on that. Only statement right now is Isak, which is yeah, exact. This is exactly what I'm saying. After Isak, I think in terms of who has all the eyeballs right now is Jokeris, right? So even Benjamin Sesko will wait.
Not a statement signing.
That's what. After Isak, the striker who's having all the eyeballs or all
Huh.
the is Jokeris. So if we sign Jokeris, that would have been this statement signing for all the for all the people who rate him. People who watch football and all of that, they rate Sesko over him, but there are very less people who rate Sesko. So I don't think Sesko would be a statement signing, and hence the pressure won't be that much. Obviously, Arsenal are signing a striker after Aubameyang and Laka. This is the first striker that we're signing. I mean, after Jesus as well, right? So obviously, pressure will be there. Secondly, I don't get Arsenal fans why they're blaming Arteta for the sole reason that Arsenal are signing a project signing because Arteta wanted Osimhen before he even joined Napoli. Arteta wanted even Isak before he joined Newcastle. These two are project signings. Yet the board said no. Now they're signing a project signing in that's what you guys think. I mean, I still think it's a project signing, right? And you guys are telling that now it is on Arteta, and hence and why he's not given enough time, I'll never understand. But we are all sure that we wanted a statement signing, an experience signing, and all of that. If we signed Isak 2 years back when he was available in that winter transfer window, 70 million Isak two winters back. This winter for 70 million you got Watkins. Where was the board? You can't blame Arteta for that, in my opinion. You honestly can't blame Arteta because when he was available, you knew Isak was a player who's going to boom in, like, if not in 6 months, in 1 year, guaranteed he's going to blast for sure. And we've seen that with Newcastle. Look at them get like ah, but yeah, Isak again. If not now, at least I can see him start to bang goals from December because by then he'll understand how the Premier League runs. By that time,
Sesko, you know.
you so I meant Sesko. By that time, you'll have even UCL also come into picture, so he'll get a lot of game time in Sesko in an expansive footballing situation. I think he'll bang for sure. That's what I think. Ollie Watkins, best backup. Again, if you're looking for someone on the right wing, why would you want to sign Ollie Watkins?
Huh?
I don't know. No, because our entire conversation here was Sane as the third choice, right? Haha. Here Rahul asks who's the third choice attacker that you want, and if Rashti is saying Watkins, I really do not think Watkins should be the option, because if you're targeting for right wing, I do not think
Ah,
Watkins should
fair,
be the
fair.
picture. But if we are selling Trossard and getting Watkins, I get it, because Watkins can be played on the left, and Martinelli could be played on the right hand side as a backup to that side. That's what, if that is the only way I think a Watkins signing can make sense in this window, because
Mm.
you're having Kai Havertz play there. Okay, if you're saying that Kai Havertz will be a bench option who's going to be played only in the midfield, then maybe as a strike option you can get Watkins again.
I think the dream third attacker has to be Rodrygo. Because that guy covers all three positions.
Mm,
Apart from the
mm,
wages and then the
mm,
price tag. But
mm,
in
mm,
terms
mm.
of value for money plus the amount of positions he can play, that
Huh,
fits
huh,
Arteta's ideology. I think Rodrygo, left wing
mm,
starter, right
mm,
wing backup, center forward
mm.
backup.
True, true, true. I mean, this assumption I'm making because Rodrigo is going to start on the left wing no matter what. So
Mhm.
remaining positions, who's going to be the backup was the thing. Apparently, Domin is on the radar for
He's not moving. So he's not.
la 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 la. la, la. Domin is, yeah, exactly. Villa will have to sell another 50 to 60 million player to reach PSR. Their wage bill is top 10 in Europe. In Europe,
Wasn't it Premier League wala?
I thought Premier League, but entire Europe. G- I mean, you have PSG, you have Man City, you have Barcelona, you have Madrid, you have United. Oh my God, Villa is competing in the wrong title. Oh my God, they're 10th in the. Wow, wow, but okay. Well, so I completely forgot that there's somebody else here. Hey Raja, how are you?
Hey man, how are you guys doing?
Good,
Bro,
good, good, good. I didn't even realize
Kepa
that you were
Bomba
here
just
until you
came.
put it in the private chat. Huh? What?
Kepa Bomba.
Yeah, yeah,
mm.
yeah.
Also, I read about the Kepa deal that we will be directly funding the Jadon Sancho release clause for Chelsea, which doesn't make sense to be honest. It's not like Chelsea are waiting
Hmm,
for our 5 million to pay off Jadon Sancho to United, but I
hmm,
get the idea of how we are indirectly funding the five
hmm,
million release cost for Kepa to sell Sancho back to send
hmm,
Sancho back to United.
hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
especially at that price, I mean, it's a no-brainer in my opinion.
Yeah.
Hmm,
Considering we need so many other, we have to address so many other areas. I think it's
hmm.
really good.
The thing is that people are scared about the wages because yeah, these Chelsea players don't come for cheap. I mean, for like lower wages, not that much. At least unless you're Jorginho or someone like
I
that.
think he
So that.
signed a
I,
contract before going out on loan to Bournemouth.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's why.
my question to those people is, are you paying it?
Hmm.
I mean, on a business. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I mean, you're
Uh,
saving 15 million by not signing John Garcia. I mean,
hmm.
you're saving that much, but like
Oh
you
wait,
can.
wait. Sorry. So Hand of Arsenal actually retweeted a tweet from 2023, basically where Kai Havertz was revealed as an Arsenal player, which was basically at Kepa's wedding. Huh? Does this mean the Here We Go is going to come out very soon? I do not
I mean,
know.
it's obvious, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
I think he's on something like 80,000 pounds per week. I agree, like a backup keeper should be around like 50K, but I
Hmm.
don't think for the price we're signing him for, I don't think it's a big issue,
I mean,
Hmm.
he
personally.
Hmm.
still has that price tag as one of world's most expensive deal for a keeper
Ha. That is true.
since the
That is, yeah.
time. So I
Hmm.
think
Hmm. Hmm.
a 30K wages plus in terms
Hmm.
of how
Hmm.
much he earns per week is fine.
Hmm.
I think he can do a decent job in cups as well. I don't think it's an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Again,
And he's
my
Spanish
own,
as well,
huh?
no? That is like a big advantage
Basque.
to Arteta. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and he's Vasco also. He's another athletic Bilbao player, by the way.
Oh yeah, Athletic. Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Suchit bro, stop saying it will not be the best video. Kills the excitement. Say it with balls and bulbs. It will be the best video yet. Don't. When did I say it will not be the best video? I just said it
What
will be
video?
different. The Sesko video. I think that's what
Ah,
I'm just saying.
oh
It's
yeah,
going to be different. It's going to be
yeah,
different from what we're putting out. What we generally put out. That's what I'm just saying.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Muto Gas Outlet. I hope I'm pronouncing it. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're subscribed. I hope you're subscribed. Constant. What?
Constantino,
Constantine.
that guy, bro, the
Constantino. Haha.
Caritas.
Oh,
That Greek.
Caritas.
Yeah, Greek kid.
Yeah, haha.
He's a
It's a
good
good replace.
replacement for. Oh, nice, bro.
Ooh, ooh. I mean, they people have said Ethan Veneri. People had said. I mean, not people. Raja had said Max Doman. Now people on Twitter are also saying this guy. Not to butcher his name, I'll just call him the Greek kid, right? Give Martin Odegaard a runner like a Sesko or somebody, and if he still doesn't do it, then we'll have conversation. Just wait, just wait, because you guys, if you have seen the match yesterday, right? I saw highlights. Obviously, I didn't watch the match. When you had a runner like Haaland, the output was insane. Just give him, yeah, some
Also,
points. Yeah.
if we can run back the Ainsley question on Nusa, I think Raja can answer it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice question for you. Armano, not this Nusa. Wait, who? Where is the Nusa question?
Ainsley asked it.
I'm trying to. Yeah, thoughts on Nusa. Yeah, yes, Raja.
Raja.
I used to follow him back when he was at. I think he was at this one, RB Club, the other one
Mm.
at Salzburg.
Salzburg, no?
Hmm.
Yeah, he was there. I actually watched a few games of his back then.
Hmm.
I actually thought he was going to be a top talent back then. I mean, he still is, but I think he lost some of his athleticism, like his pace down the line. But still, he
Okay.
has excellent close
He
control
was at
and he
Club
can
Brugge,
strike the ball
bro.
really well.
Hmm.
Okay, Club Brugge, yeah. Somewhere I did see some clips back then. Before his move to Leipzig, I did follow him a bit.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, uh, yesterday he was really good. I'd say he was excellent yesterday. But I mean, I
Hmm.
also saw Aarush's piece on him, like just a tweet saying that
Hmm.
his athleticism isn't great
Hmm.
and all.
Hmm. Hmm.
He
Hmm.
he had some bad injury, I think, last year or the year before, and even
Yeah.
if you remember Brentford, he failed a Brentford medical as well.
Oh,
So
that was. Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
season was it? Last season?
I think two
last
seasons
season, I
back.
think. No, last year only. Before his move to
Last year.
Leipzig, he failed that one, Brentford medical.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, he has some issue with knee. I guess that has limited his what is it, athleticism in terms of
Mm.
pace and all. But he has excellent close control, and also he plays really good through balls as well as a left winger.
Hmm.
He
Hmm.
could have been really great. I think I don't know. Yesterday he looked very lively. I was surprised actually the way he was
Hmm.
beating people. Maybe he's back to his best. Who knows?
Hmm.
But
Hmm. Hmm.
he's an I'd say S tier talent when if he reaches the potential I used to think back then.
Hmm.
And he's only 20 also, so the
Yeah,
guy
he's
is
just
not
20. He's just 20. Yeah.
as old as.
Hmm. Uh, Ainsley says, to be honest, I don't want to see Nico go to the Premier League, but if it is Arsenal, then okay. To be fair, he's the only left wing that needs to play for y'all. I've seen enough, man. He's too good. Yeah. See, Raja, and this one, Aarush have been on his train or that hype train you call it for a while, right? Why Rodrygo makes a little bit more sense is because we're missing that X factor, that known X factor who can help us in UCLs as well. We've had this conversation, I think, one or two streams back as well, right? Who is an X factor, who isn't an X factor as well. But yeah, Nico Williams it will genuinely be good. He can play as a touchline, he can play central. I mean, he can play more in that near the box as well. It is just that Rodrygo has that experience of doing it time and again, week in and week out. That is why him. If not him, Nico Williams, 200% sure. There is no doubt regarding that. I think even the
I
rest of the
still
panel will agree with it. Hmm.
I still have a hunch we'll go for Nico Williams because he just makes sense, bro. Like, yeah, Rodrigo is great, but he
Hmm.
can't be that touchline winger we need. But I
Hmm.
don't see Arteta changing a bit too much to accommodate
Hmm.
Rodrigo because we will need to change our plans to sign a left back as well with him.
Hmm.
And I won't be mad if we sign Rodrigo, but I still feel there's a good chance we'll sign Nico Williams. Let's see.
Nico Williams. Hmm. Hmm.
Chelsea are
Okay.
also in the race, right?
Chelsea
Chelsea
can
are
be.
Chelsea are in the race for like both Nico Williams and Rodrigo, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I would like to think like one of these two will end up at one of these clubs if they expect to leave.
Yeah, true.
Right. Right.
I
Who
mean,
would you
one goes
rather
to one
have at
and the other one
Chelsea?
goes to the other one.
Hmm.
Who
Hmm.
would you
Hmm.
rather have at Chelsea?
Oh, I think you guys will absolutely hate it if you. Yeah, yeah. That's what I thought. So I thought so.
Exactly.
I thought so. I
Exactly.
thought so. Yeah.
Very, very tricky question, bro.
Mm-hmm. Kepa should be a no-brainer, reliable. Yeah, yeah. Also, Wolves want Gerard Martin. Since Ant Nouri is gone. I can see that happen. He's not a wing back. Wait, Gerard Martin is Portuguese?
No, he's Spanish.
No,
The
he's
why
Spanish.
and Wolves want
Uh,
him. Okay, that's crazy. Oh, that's wow.
I
That
mean,
era,
Aitnori is Algerian though.
Ah, ha, ha, ha.
that era of Portuguese
Hmm.
Wolves is done, bro. It was
For
way back.
two windows, for two windows. Oh my God!
The
Any
only
player is
players they
signed
signed were Portuguese.
or Mendes ka players.
Hmm.
That's it. Nothing else.
But Gerrard Martin to
Guys.
the
Yeah.
Premier
Ha,
League
ha.
for Wolves makes sense, though. I can't lie.
Hmm.
I think if Barcelona letting go of him
Hmm. Hmm.
and they manage to keep Hector Fort as the left back for them as a backup
Hmm.
to Balde,
Hmm.
I think
Hmm.
it is a good decision
Hmm. Hmm.
for the price they get.
Hmm. Hmm. Uh, Let me just say this. I see you, Liverpool fan. I'm not going to name you. I'm not going to bring up your comment as well because every time you brought in that comment, shit has gone down. So please, we know you. We appreciate you for being on this channel. We like your comments, but please stop jinxing Arsenal. Please, I beg you. Please. I hope you enjoyed your weekend by going to the weekend concert. Let that be. Do not do not jinx Arsenal, please. I beg
Smooth,
you for this.
smooth.
Yeah. Guys, what are your thoughts about Guler on loan? Maybe he can cover for both Odegaard and Saka. Well, bro, our prediction is that in 26 or 27 he's going to make that move. Where we do not know.
I
When
had
he
a hypothetical situation like prior
hmm,
to
hmm,
stream that I just mentioned, which I said
yeah,
I
hmm,
think he stays at Real Madrid for this
hmm,
season.
hmm,
Next season for the World Cup, he shines there. He
hmm,
uses that for his value to go higher up, and then he
hmm,
forces an exit from Real Madrid
hmm, hmm.
for Turkey.
Yep, yep. Hey Bipra, how are you? How are you? Sasta, okay. Vamsi says, Vaneri, Guler, Dorman potentially in our squad. Rael will sell him soon. Too talented to hold the bench for too long. I think the club world. Actually, you know what? I don't think even we need to look that forward also, dude. Because the Club World Cup, I think, is a decent opportunity for these sort of players to do and to like show it, and that too with the new manager coming in. I think it's nice to like show your potential or what you can give to that Madrid team, right? Because again, that player that they're signing from River Plate, if he's doing really well, I think Rodrigo will definitely be on the move. I know conversations have already happened with Jabi saying that he's redundant to the team and he wants to go and all that stuff. But I think with that guy coming in, potentially playing for Madrid in this from now itself and not like later on, I think we'll answer a lot of questions. That's what I think as well. What do you guys think? Do you think that will be the case?
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Hmm,
I
hmm,
agree.
hmm,
I mean, regarding Guler, I think
hmm,
I was actually surprised that Real Madrid are going for Franco, but like
hmm,
they've been tracking him for like a couple of years now.
hmm,
From the last year, I've been hearing Real
hmm,
Madrid will sign
hmm.
Mastantuono, but um, yeah, I mean, Real Madrid also have Nico Paz. Like they can easily get him back
Yeah, yeah.
at any moment
Hmm,
with simple release clause trigger. But I think he'll stay another season at Como, or if he leaves,
Hmm.
I've heard that Leverkusen will sign him with Florian Wirtz money.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, I think Guler
Florian
has a good
Wirtz.
chance to. Yeah, they do have a good chance. Guler has a good chance to stay another season. Um, I
Actually, now
would
that
be.
you say that, do you really think Eric Ten Hag, right? Instead of taking Anthony, do you think that he'll go and get Guler or something to
And
Leverkusen? No.
Who?
yeah,
Leverkusen?
they're talking about Nico Paz, right? They're talking about signing him. He's really good.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
I'd say a similar profile to Martin Odegaard, maybe a
Hmm.
bit more uh, quicker in releasing the pass in final third. Maybe that's it.
Ah,
Kind of similar profile.
okay, okay.
Uh,
Hmm.
Aarush, see, Rahul is there, right? He rates him higher than Odegaard as well, for
Where
some
is
reason.
Where is Rahul, man? You get him. You get that guy. You bring that fellow. You bring that fellow.
Yeah, he told
He'll
he'll come, but like I don't know where is he.
he told before also that he'll come and everything. But where is that guy? You get him. You get him.
Yeah,
Yeah, but no way Domin is ready for the first time as much as the hype is. Let him develop. I mean, in the near
next
future.
season he'll. Yeah, yeah. In the next, I think next season he'll have his cameos like
Huh,
Ethan used to do.
hmm,
Maybe if he shows he does really well, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts games by the end of the season.
hmm, hmm.
By then
Oh,
he'll be 16, so I don't think it will be that much of an issue as well.
no, even now it won't be an issue had they registered him as an under 16 player, but they registered him as an under 14 player. That is the whole reason why he couldn't play, because to be allowed to play even in the Premier League, you got to be registered minimum at under 16 level. That is the whole reason why he couldn't make his cameos this season.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. I mean,
That
he
is
was
why
14 at the start of the season.
ha ha ha. Yeah. Guler, I don't think Real will leave him on loan. If he isn't used under Alonso, he might request a transfer in winter window, pull an Odegaard again. Hmm,
But again, we are not
okay.
the
Uh,
only
I have
players
it.
for
Hmm.
Guler, right?
Yeah,
There
go
have
on, go on.
been many other teams. I think
And
as
he,
much as
Uh,
we are in a bubble that we would need an attacking player who's
hmm,
as good as Guler, I think Guler can have different options as well. It's not
hmm,
that
hmm.
an Ozil is going to be pulled off or something like that in those terms.
Ha ha.
I have a feeling Guler will be a mainstay of Alonso system because his crosses are really good, and
Hmm,
Alonso system requires these really good crosses in when they play. I
hmm,
think he'll be a regular in Alonso's team for the at least for the Club World Cup, and then we'll see what happens from
hmm.
there, how he
I
performs and
mean,
all.
with Trent being there, I think a lot of this creativity thing will be solved. Na? That is the Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that is the whole reason why they didn't go for a creative midfielder as well. Maybe that is
No,
why.
no. I mean, I hear it, but Guler can also create in central areas as well. I think he'll do well. We'll see
Hmm.
what happens.
Oh, as a number 10.
Yeah, yeah, he can play really well in
Hmm.
that role as well.
Yeah,
I've heard people say that. I've heard people say this. Yeah. Arush, what are books you can suggest for me, football related, or maybe athlete biographies and all? Hmm.
bro, I am the last guy you would ask in terms of reading books because I've completely left that. But um,
Hmm.
I don't know what you'd enjoy, but there are managerial books on Arsene Wenger, which is very good, which I think Sucheet has read himself. Then there is a book on
Wait, how do
Ferguson
you know
as
I
well.
read it?
You keep mentioning right in the Wenger book on this chapter and this.
Damn
So
it.
basically,
Okay, okay. Huh, huh.
that if you want to know more about footballing and like positioning tactics, then I think that Johan Cruyff book would be good. I don't know what the name of the book
Hmm.
is.
Even
And then if
Ferguson's
you,
book is decent.
yeah, I have heard. I have not read any of these books. I just know
Hmm.
certain excerpts of stuff. And I think there is another book on how to fail, uh, how to not play football or something. It's a book by Paul Merson, I think, the
Hmm.
ex-Arsenal legend.
Hmm.
He had a book where he spoke of his failures, including
Hmm.
the highs, including the lows, being
Hmm.
at Arsenal, being the captain, lifting trophies and stuff like that. That's and then if you are someone who wants to improve himself, then I think Zlatan Ibrahimovic's book is a good example because that dude, with the way he speaks, I think he must have translated something very nice in terms of meaningful in his book. So I think if you are someone who enjoys Zlatan Ibrahimovic, his attitude, his persona, then I think
Hmm.
that's a good book to learn from and improve your confidence and stuff like that.
By the time the person completes the book, he'll be like, I am Zlatan.
Kubo for 30 to 35 million away. That's what. For 30 to 35 million, I think is a decent option on the right. But again, will we spend that much amount of money after investing on a potentially Sesko, potentially on a Rodrygo as well? I really do not
Do
know.
you do you think Kubo is in the top 10 wingers that we can sign? Does he
Absolutely not.
come? Yeah,
No,
exactly. Even
definitely
I
not.
feel.
It's just like a market opportunity, if I'm not wrong at this point. At this point,
Yeah,
just a
it's
market
not like
opportunity.
he's done anything in terms of market opportunity as well.
Huh, that is
It's
also
not
true.
like
That
his
is also
price
true.
is going to go higher up as well.
Hmm.
It's not like he's been that label in terms of having a
Hmm.
good 6 month spell that has put him on the headline. Although you
Hmm.
wouldn't expect a Japanese player to just get a headline on himself playing in Spain, although he
Hmm.
was deemed to be one of the best talents, which is why
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Real Madrid had bought him at 16 and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
I just don't see him repay that same faith in terms of his footballing abilities currently.
Mm.
Okay.
You know who's a market opportunity? Morgan Rogers.
Hmm.
I mean, again, that guy will cost what, 60 to 70 million? Is that really market opportunity?
Sell Martinelli,
I
buy
mean,
him. Simple as that.
but do you see him as a
Huh.
direct winger though?
I think he'll provide different solutions. If we are to sign someone like Rogers, I think a Nico Williams makes more sense than Rodrigo,
Hmm.
uh, because his progression through central areas is something else, bro. Like I don't think we can anyone can replicate that.
But
We
again,
need we
again,
we we need.
are we looking to get that signing as the third attacker, attacking midfielder, winger type of profile like an AJ? Are we looking to get that, or are we getting a direct winger as the third, or a direct striker as an option?
From the video I recently watched about David Ornstein, he explicitly mentioned that we are looking for a backup for Saka.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know. I mean, signing Nico Williams plus Morgan Rogers solves that because Nico is
Hmm.
equally good on the right wing as well.
Hmm.
Uh, but like, yeah, I mean, you're right. We'll probably sign some youngster as a backup for Saka, most probably.
Welcome. Hmm.
I really want to see
Because,
the
huh.
club invest in young players, bro. Like
Hmm.
random young players from anywhere and everywhere. Because
I mean,
see, what I've read from articles on, even from like George Bird and like the next generation Arsenal scout who are guy, they
hmm.
have said that Arsenal's academy is going to be very short on players next season if they don't
Hmm.
look to sign players in those positions.
Hmm.
And we've had lots of links to like the best players across England that we're
Hmm.
planning to sign them, but we haven't actually managed to sign anyone
Hmm.
since like last winter. We
Hmm.
have had people coming on trials and stuff like that, but no one's actually managed to be signed. And what I've also read a report which said Mertesacker is going to be given complete responsibility as to making signings, whoever and whatever he
Hmm.
wants, right? So I'm
Right.
hoping that things like that make us get a youngster who's also decently good enough in terms of age plus talent to play for the
Hmm.
first team in couple of games. And it need
Hmm.
not be just an attacker, by the way. Even if
Hmm.
it's a
Hmm.
midfielder, even if it's a defender, I
It'll
think
be
it's a
great if
good,
it's a defender.
it's a yeah, it's a good side to have, bro.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
we were very excited when we had Aiden Heaven last season in the preseason.
Hmm.
We were very excited when we had Josh Nichols come out. So
Josh
it's
Nichols,
like,
yeah.
yeah, it's like having extra academy talent that can, yeah, as much as you are seeing to make profit out of them if they don't make the cut to the Arsenal first team, you
Hmm.
are also having to improve the academy that has managed to come so close to winning so many titles in the academy stage or in the
Hmm.
under 18s, under 19s, under 23s,
Hmm.
21s, whatever. But yeah, it's just good to scout players from across the world in order because we've seen so many clubs make
Hmm.
those moves, pay that money for those big talents.
Hmm.
So I think it is something that Arsenal also need to get into. And I hope, and I'm very sure because we are very, if you see the amount of players that have been released from the academy, there are
Hmm.
plenty. The names over there are plenty. So
Hmm.
we need to get in players in order to accommodate a difference, hopefully.
Hmm.
Okay, I have a really good feeling about this window about signing these youngsters, as Arush mentioned.
Mm.
because we just signed a new head scout, right? This guy Mattia Tognosi from who was ex Juventus. He signed players
Is it
like
confirmed? Is it confirmed though?
yeah. I mean, it's completely done because he was about to go to UA.
Hmm.
Apparently, they made a really poor offer for him, and he
Hmm.
felt like kind of embarrassed. And apparently, we gave a really big role for him to come here. So
Okay.
he'll be like the person under Andre Berta, directly
Hmm.
working under him.
Hmm. Hmm.
I recently watched a video, watched stuff about him.
Hmm.
Um, he's done some really great work at Juventus. I mean, if you watch reaction from Juventus fans when it was announced by Fabrizio that he's in advanced talks with Arsenal, you'll
Hmm.
see like how much they wanted him there. Because
Right.
he brought them Kenan Yildiz, and then there's Dean Huijsen,
Sule as
and
well.
Hmm.
then
Hmm.
Sule, and many of these current UA players that youth players are currently playing for UA. All
Hmm.
of them were scouted by him.
Hmm.
Apparently, I read somewhere that like he started scouting Matthias Sole. He's currently at Roma. When
Huh.
he was 11 years old, he went to Argentina and built a relationship with their parents from then on. So these
Oh.
guys are like experts in their scouting networks, especially in South
Hmm.
America and then like also in the Balkan countries and these areas.
Hmm.
I think he'll really boost our academy a lot. Maybe he's signed to aid Mertesacker as well.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
so I'm
Which
really,
would
really
be great.
excited about this. You should make a video about it. I'll give you the content when it's confirmed.
You should also
Okay,
maybe
sir.
hop on to that video, sir.
That's what like what if, right? Yeah, but yeah, we'll take in some more. I mean, there's so many things. Wait, I want Barca to sign a rundown. I want to wait. I want Barca to sign a rundown. The wing player who can also cut in is
Yeah,
just a different profile from Rafinha, and
there's
we
this
good.
very good Brazilian player. His name is Gabriel Martinelli. You can sign him, bro. Honestly
Yeah.
speaking,
50,
60
60
million
Yeah,
million.
on
only
paper. Yeah,
70 million euros for you, my
Uh,
yeah,
friend.
bro.
I
Different player than Rafinha, bro.
for Diaz, you're willing to put 85, right? Actually, 85 million for like Diaz. You put 70 million for Martinelli. I will send.
Yeah,
I'll
fair enough.
support.
Yeah.
I'll support Barca for one season just for you also if you want. Okay, not that much also,
What?
but yeah, whatever. Guys, there used to be another Turkish wonder kid around Euro 2020. We were heavily linked with him. Who is he and where is he?
You remember the left back that Brighton signed? What's his name? Kadioglu.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Where what happened to
He's
that
just
guy?
gone under the radar, bro, for Brighton.
Did he even play? I don't remember.
Yeah, yeah, he
Or
played.
I
I
was he
don't
remember he
think.
played
injured?
against Arsenal as well.
Oh,
He's
okay,
Oh,
okay,
just
okay.
gone so under the radar, bro. He was so good.
Uh,
no, I mean, I never really rated, man. He's right-footed, playing on the left, playing as a
hmm,
left back. I mean,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
woke nonsense is that?
hmm.
The Urian Timber no type of nonsense, bro.
Is
Nah,
he
Something
man,
that
like
Arteta would entertain.
no,
uh,
no. But this Kadioglu guy is all about carrying the ball. His defending isn't that great. He isn't
hmm,
that quick as well. I don't
hmm,
think he'll work in these teams. There's
hmm,
a reason he flopped here.
But is he talking
hmm.
about Sengiz? What the fuck? Under. Is
Cengiz
he talking
Under,
about
bro.
him?
This guy was at
Yeah,
Stuttgart last season. No, no, no. This
yeah.
is someone else. That was yeah. Cengiz
Undav, bro. That is
Under.
Undav.
Yeah, Undav. Yeah, fuck. This guy is different.
That is Undav.
I clearly lack a lot of ball knowledge. Who are these players, man? Who
I
are these
remember this
players?
player
Yeah,
long
he was
back,
quite
bro.
famous,
He
bro.
he had those two dots on top of the U, no? That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
name.
On the U umlaut, yeah. Cengiz Under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is one way to remember his name. Nice. People don't know that Barca had scouted Guler first and they signed him, but just as an ego. Oh yeah,
Who?
yeah. I don't think people. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Juni
Yeah.
Califat Guldenov.
Under is basically playing for Fenerbahce back on loan. He was in MLS for Los Angeles. He's
I
had
think
spells at Marseille, Leicester, Roma. Damn.
so. Vamsi is talking about this one. Orkan
Oh,
Kok.
Poku.
Kokchu.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
for
He's in Benfica.
he's playing for this thing, Benfica, bro. He scored the other day also in the finals.
Nah,
Mm-hmm.
he's
Bad
not
money
good,
for
bro. I
Poku.
mean,
Yeah,
his
he's not Premier League
his
level.
creative play is great, but like
Mm-hmm.
he's not he doesn't put in the work out of position, or he just doesn't run and has a terrible attitude.
Attitude, yeah. Attitude is big issue with him.
I still believe that an Odegaard competition is a must for Arsenal. Veneti, I don't know whether he would play there or be a backup for Saka. That is why I think a Cam right wing hybrid is needed. Maybe Xavi Simons. Okay,
Makes
See,
sense. Makes sense.
I have no problem with the kind of quality that he has. I've been saying this for the last 2 3 streams. I've said this even before on Twitter as well. Even asked this question. If he's so good and if he's not having issues, why did he move to Leipzig in this winter, sign a contract, and is available again in the summer for the same price tag? Like, what is missing? Is there some attitude issues that is missing? Like, what has gone wrong? Right? I really do not know. See, the quality in him is really good from Barca, from PSG, for Leipzig. He's been really, really good. But what has been that issue? Why he can't stay at one club for long? That's my only question.
He was deemed to be a wonder kid when he was coming out of La Masia
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah. He was, he was. Your thoughts on Kudus? Would you? Hmm.
You
In
know what? I don't
2025, I'm not
mind.
sure.
I
I don't
think.
mind it, bro. I mean, I watched him at Ajax, right? Like he used to play in
Uh,
this left half space. He's
hmm,
really good on that side. He isn't great as when he cuts inside. He's pretty average, but he
hmm,
does really well when he plays in this left half space. His
hmm,
ball carrying is elite in that zone. I don't
hmm.
know why West Ham are using him
On
as
the
a
right,
touchline winger.
hmm,
Yeah, on
hmm.
the right and as a touchline winger, it doesn't make any sense to start playing
Not on
that
the
way.
right. He's been used on the left hand side also. That's like for yeah.
He can play
Yeah,
in
very
so many
weird.
different positions, bro.
Hmm.
I think when he even started his career, he used to be a defensive midfielder or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I remember reading about this right now.
Arsenal can generate around 100 million from sales of Tavares, Zinchenko, Reese, Martinelli, Lokonga, Vieira combined. Okay, we can generate 100 million. Operational costs are there. Feeding wages are there. Taking some into the pockets is also there. After that, how much might be there for transfer? Maybe 40 million. That too, it's a high thing to say 40 million because it's a business. Some of it will definitely go, not some, majority of it will go into pockets. 3 4 years back, I was under this impression only that we're generating this much, we should be able to invest this much as well, but it doesn't work that way. No. So it happens. It happens. Raja will be back in like sometime. He's got some other work. Okay. Opinions on links. We already spoke about this. My bad, we're not bringing this up. I was thinking of purchasing Arsene Wenger's book and Dennis Bergkamp's Stillness and Speed. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Bergkamp's
Dennis
book is.
Bergkamp could.
I've heard Bergkamp's book. Yes, I need to read that. I need
But
to get
there's
back
no
to reading.
online copy though. You have to buy a book.
I do not know. So I like reading books, and I mean not reading. I don't like reading books. I meant I like buying the hard copy. It's a different
Fair
feel
enough.
to it. The Kindle version is decent, Kindle version, but I still like buying with not the hard copy, not just the one that can like be folded and all that, like proper hard copy
I,
shit. So
I
yeah.
really want to touch a book on tactics or something. That would be very cool to understand something from a
Mm-hmm.
book perspective.
Yeah. Uh, Koku is at Benfica, and yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
24.
Hey Keshav, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Kepa, yes. By the way, what's reported? What? What do you mean? Huh?
430K.
Just now, Liverpool are paying close to anywhere close to that amount of money to Salah and Van Dijk, and probably wanted to pay close to that much amount for even Trent. Are you telling me that WIRTZ is coming out of nowhere and getting 430K?
Mm. So
Maybe in a
Liverpool
different currency.
fans, how do you all think of this?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Salah and Van Dijk have been given contracts of 400K, right?
That's what I read. That's what I read. Yeah.
Imagine having three players touching 400 plus in a single
Mm.
side.
Mm-hmm. Freddie, first signing of the window, and it had to be Chelsea. Can't complain for the cost. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, Watch is reported at 400K, and I'm not sure how true it is. Seen in multiple posts. Yeah, same. PGM. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'll put out a poll because this is something I want to talk about now. Uh, was Spurs correct to sack Ange. Yes or no? A simple yes or no. Yeah. Okay. Uh okay. Guys, do you think Saliba backup is an essential? Yeah. I mean,
But
not
I'd
at a
want to see a
price.
young player there.
Haha, young player, not like some 26 or 27-year-old guy who's trying to push and all that, because again, full chaos will happen again there as well. I put in uh, I put in a poll. Do react to that as well. We need to know what you guys think as well, right? If you want to play White as Saliba backup, then you might need a right back as Timber backup. That's what. So you have,
I want to know what
assuming.
Tomiyasu is doing currently, bro. I want to have
Hmm,
conversations with him
hmm,
in
hmm, hmm,
Japanese
hmm.
if possible because that guy, bro, I don't know what he's planning to do with his career.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. With words, the talent is there to back up the wages to be.
You're saying 430K wages plus a 130 million deal?
See,
I
Ainsley.
don't think
See,
so.
see. We know Barca are used to throwing wages. We are used to that, right? In the Premier League, if you put Premier League as a benchmark, right? KDB is probably the highest paid, or even this one, Ronaldo. But it's
Used to be,
Ronaldo.
by the way.
Used to be, right? And Wirtz, to be fair, right? He's of extraordinary potential for Germany. Is the next big man, probably bigger than Musiala, some say, right? But what has he proven? Not much. If he has won the UCL, if he has won the if he's won the UCL, if he's done extraordinary for Germany as well, and has done multiple things on like multiple fronts, then that 430K, nobody will complain. But it is just that 430K on a potential, I really do not know. So
Hmm.
do let me know what you guys think about
Okay,
that.
see, De
Hmm.
Bruyne is 400K, Haaland is
Hmm.
375. Okay, De Bruyne is gone.
Hmm.
Salah is 400 with the new deal.
Hmm.
Casemiro is 350. Rashford
Hmm.
300. Grealish
Hmm.
300. Bruno Fernandes 300. Bernardo
Hmm.
Silva 300. And then there
Hmm.
is Havertz 285
Hmm.
and stuff like that. But that is fair enough.
Ah. Hmm. Hmm.
430, there is no one who's touched it in English history,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Premier League history.
Hmm. 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 Yeah. Uh, Chills down my spine to potentially see Thomas Frank at Tottenham. He will be dry. Does He'll dry up those. We'll come back to Tottenham 1 second. No way Liverpool will give 430. That's BS news. I assume it's BS news because I can't imagine a Liverpool who's like a very like tightly run club will pay that much for
Conjuice,
one player.
Conjuice, you can call him Conjuice. But fair enough.
Mm-hmm. Tomias is injured till December, by the way, knee injury. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Uh, the poll we put out, right? Do you think it is was Spurs correct to sack Ange? 67% say no. Damn. Okay, that is weird, but okay. Chills down my spine. Potentially to see Thomas Frank at Tottenham, he will dry up that leaky defense. Before I say my piece, thoughts on this, Aarush? What do you have to say to this?
Not on Thomas Frank first, but on the Ange sacking,
On Ange.
uh, the overview of it makes sense. 22 losses
Hmm,
in 38 Premier League games is
hmm,
sackable offense, coming
hmm,
17th in the league.
hmm,
But in Spurs is standards.
hmm,
You have won a trophy, a European
hmm,
trophy, which is getting you to the Champions League.
hmm,
As bad as you can complain the football was,
hmm,
I think, okay, I am more towards the sackable side. Why? Because even if you see statistically in terms of how much Daniel Levy has backed him financially, I think
hmm,
there is like 440 something plus in the last 2 seasons of being at
hmm,
Spurs. And he's been
hmm.
given everything that he wanted in terms of producing the results.
Huh,
And
huh,
with the run that he had in Europa League, he was bound to win it.
hmm,
Even as bad as the season was, they
hmm,
were the favorites to win it, even against
hmm,
United, and they won it. Fair enough to them.
hmm, hmm.
What I don't like is the treatment to Ange, in
Yeah,
particular
yeah.
as to how he was treated
Hmm,
from the fans since the
hmm,
start of last season,
hmm,
as to how they celebrated. Okay, that is like a personal beef, but the
hmm,
celebration of City's win in terms
hmm,
of not giving Arsenal,
hmm,
that is one factor as to you're celebrating an opponent winning against you, which would
hmm,
make sense in terms of you're not going to qualify for Europe.
Hmm.
or you're going to qualify for Europa League and you're not going to qualify for Champions League last season.
Hmm.
There's that factor. Then there's the factor of, obviously, in terms of, he, even in the parade, he
Hmm.
was treated as the man for them,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
giving them the glory. He was
Hmm.
glorified for the season in terms of getting a redemption out of the season and winning a
Hmm.
trophy for them.
Hmm.
And then he also had that famous quote saying that the third season is whatever, 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 where I do
Huh.
some things.
Hmm.
And I think for his perspective, his, as much as he's redeemed himself in getting himself a trophy, his
Hmm.
managerial outlook has gone very bad from
Yeah.
what it
Yeah.
was in the previous years, from managing the Australian team, from
Hmm.
managing Celtic, winning the league
Celtic.
with them and
Hmm.
stuff like that. I
Hmm.
think that looked bad. But for the better of both clubs, I don't know if it is for the better of both parties. Whether
Hmm.
for Ange, I think it is the best deal for him to actually get out of Spurs and whatever they've been treating him.
Hmm.
And however, at least for
Hmm.
him in a CV, he's gotten his Europa League,
Hmm.
even with the season he had. That
Hmm.
I think is a very good thing for him
And
with
it's
the
just
players
not just
available
the
to them.
Europa League. It's a title for Spurs.
Yeah, it's
People
like
like
something
Conte,
huge for them.
Mourinho came, and yet
Hmm.
he was the one who got them the big title, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think there's certainly only three, four factors that you can point out in terms of
Hmm.
the sacking being good, sacking being bad.
Hmm.
Okay, talking about them moving forward from there, Tottenham, Thomas Frank, one of the best options you can get for
Hmm.
Tottenham standards
Hmm.
because they're low.
Hmm.
Uh, Frank, I think there are the set of players that are there in Spurs currently. I think they suit Frank's personality in terms
Hmm.
of coaching them in getting that the best out of the back three that he plays,
Hmm.
having that attacking output. Because if you see Spurs this season managed to
Hmm.
get a lot of goals, that
Hmm.
wasn't a problem. And
Hmm.
Thomas Frank has been doing that with Brentford ever since he came to the Premier League,
Hmm.
and he can make sure that the team functions as a team rather than having that one output maker from
Right.
center forward or whatever attacking position. And I think
Hmm.
defensively he makes them better. But coming to Tottenham, I don't see how this translate very well in one season. But again,
Hmm.
I'm thinking of Thomas Frank, like we spoke in the group chat in the morning as well. I'm
Hmm.
thinking of the pressure that would be on him as a manager to play the Champions League directly. How does
Hmm.
that pan out?
Hmm.
Because Thomas Frank has managed Brentford. I don't know what teams he's managed prior to that, but as good of a manager he is, how much can he do in terms of going into two competitions, or three competitions, or four competitions next season? He's
Hmm.
done max to max two competitions in a week.
Hmm.
That is if it was FA Cup once in a while.
Right. Right.
But he's have to be doing this against the best of the best teams.
Hmm. Hmm.
Tactically, he's very reserved. I agree
Hmm.
with that. But
Hmm.
is it the best option? I think with the names that have been there, it's either Marco Silva or it's either him, and he's
Hmm.
being the one who's being given the rundown now. So I think
Hmm.
in that sense, it makes sense to be honest. So, my thoughts basically.
Hmm. Hmm. I'll give mine, but I think 1 second. Aisley has a nice point. Do you all think Javi will be a good option for Spurs considering he has also UCL experience?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think Xavi makes them pragmatic in some ways with the football
Yeah,
they play,
yeah.
and I think
Because I
Thomas
think.
Frank can get the best out of defense and attack,
Hmm, hmm, hmm,
and Premier League experience also.
hmm.
I
And I
think
think
Xavi
this is.
would be a good
Hmm.
coach in like Bundesliga.
Oh, yeah. Actually, Javi at Bayer Leverkusen would be insane.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Leverkusen will be insane. Dortmund, maybe. I do not know, but Leverkusen, I think he'll be nice for Leverkusen. No?
Glasner don't leave, bro. Glasner don't
Yeah.
leave.
See, Glasner, if he goes to Spurs, right, he will definitely. A Crystal Palace, he's made them very competitive, dude. Like, just imagine him at a Tottenham. Nah, bro, it would. I mean,
And
it will
Glasner
not be.
was the coach for Leipzig some seasons back. He proved
Ha,
himself
ha.
from the Bundesliga and came here,
Hmm,
winning the
hmm, hmm, hmm.
conference or
Leipzig
some
or
league.
Frankfurt?
Oh yeah, Frankfurt, nearby.
Frankfurt, no, where he won that conference or he won the Europe. Oh, yeah, exactly.
Conference,
Yeah.
conference.
Hmm, 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 hmm. That's what. Regarding Ange, right? Like a good point that you said. Spurs standards are very low, and he is exceeded at all fronts. He got them Champions League, and he got them a title as well. Generally, what is Spurs is this thing? They need to finish above Arsenal, and they need to be in Champions League. That is their only ambition. And Ant has been such an antidote to all their pessimistic this thing, that he's been trying to fight to make an identity for Spurs that is not that is beyond Arsenal. To put that Spurs is an identity, a team that is fighting, that a team that wants to do well. And then what does Spurs do? Their fans hate on him. The board, yeah, they back him, but again, all youngsters. Where he's been asking for experienced players, they get him all youngsters. Probably in like 2 3 years they might be good. Maybe if Spurs had patience, they could have done well. But again, his league position doesn't define anything, right? Even like no matter how many injuries you have, it can't mean that you finished with 22 losses in a season. But again, you win a European title. You end that drought that Spurs had. How is a management like that sacking a manager like that? Like, I get it. Once everything is done, you'll be like, okay, you know what? We're actually in shit. This manager may not be good enough. I get that, but you got to be more respectful, or you got to be more respectful in that way, right? That's what I think. But again, if you see from a business point of view, right, maybe now is the right time to bring a new manager because they need to invest in new players. Because if he's doing like this and gets sacked in winter, again, getting a manager, then all the players that they invested in try to get in this summer may be becoming an issue uh, for the next manager. Maybe in that, from business point of view, it makes sense, but in terms of respect in football, it didn't make sense to me. That's what I think.
And I also remember seeing Ash's tweet today morning on the fact that this is what United was supposed to do when
With
ETH won them the
yeah,
Carabao
yeah.
Cup,
Hmm,
and
hmm,
they
hmm,
didn't have the balls to do it, which is what
hmm,
Ash was saying. And I
hmm,
think it
hmm,
makes a lot of sense because it
hmm,
has put Amorim in a very bad position
hmm,
in terms of changing the complete system, getting the players for him.
hmm,
And it is really something that Tottenham have well thought of in
hmm,
terms of building, like you just said, with the young players that they have, with the amount of players that they need to sign, and with the
hmm,
money that they've been gotten also from the UEL.
hmm,
So I
hmm,
think this is a good phase for them to actually transition into actually being a serious club if they want to,
hmm,
if
hmm.
if that's what they will
If
do.
they want to, it's a big question, big question. Spurs just yeah. I just read that from David
Yeah, I
Onsen.
just saw.
They sacked their manager as well, Robert Val something. Yeah, they did sack their women's manager as well. Damn, they need to sign two managers. Crazy. Vamsi's wait, Europa League जीता था. हाँ, exactly. Vamsi says similarities can be drawn between Ten Hag and Ange. Yeah, Ten Hag won FA Cup, got a few signings and still underperformed. Now it can be fresh new start for Tottenham. Congratulate him for the trophy, but look at someone more long term stability. Haha. Yeah, yeah. That see, that's what we're saying. That from business point of view, it makes a lot of sense. But from a footballing point of view, you just won a title for a club that has never won anything for a long, long time, and then you sack him immediately. I do not know, right? But again, the way fans have treated him has also been shit. He's been that one, you could see that sole figure in in that entire Tottenham thing, who wants to fight for the Tottenham identity rather than just being somebody who beats Arsenal. That's like mental, dude. That's honestly like crazy. Multiple fights with fans inside stadiums. Yeah, yeah, exactly. The amount of disrespect they got, but yeah, that's what we think regarding that. Let's talk about a little bit transfers from other clubs. I think that really caught my eye is Nouri, because he's typically not your type of left back that City want. They want somebody who comes into the midfield, not somebody like. I mean, yeah, but do you think it'll be a case where Pep changes his system to fit in Livermento and Ant Nouri in that team? Or do you think he's just signing them so that he can convert them in the way that he wants?
I don't think so. The primordial idea of signing Nouri is to convert him into an inverter. I think
Hmm.
with what I remember watching maximum of Nouri as well, is that
Hmm.
he's very good in central spaces in terms of carrying. So I
Hmm.
think that is a good option to take advantage of for him because I've
Hmm.
spoken to City fans. They have been saying that Guardiola can be looked to be playing as a left center back next season.
Finally.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
and that gives a good variable for Aitmuri to actually take left back in a way that he has the
Hmm.
freedom in
Hmm.
unlocking the left winger. Doku,
Hmm.
if he's been seen as the left winger, can be
Hmm.
having an overlapper who's a very good crosser as well. Not very
Hmm.
good, but a decent crosser as well. And
Hmm.
he has a knack to attack.
Hmm.
Okay, defensively, I don't know how much this improves City and their needs to actually lock down that left hand side,
Hmm.
but it is a very exciting deal in terms of how he can be platformed under Pep Guardiola, who's known to be making the most of individual talent. But
Hmm.
one thing I'd like to say is that I don't want to see him curb their freedom. May it
Hmm.
be Ait Nouri, may it be Ryan Cherky also, who they are planned to be getting.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
just hope they get to express themselves as to
Hmm. 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 Regarding Turkey, right?
Cherky and Mamouche in one team. Yeah, crazy.
And Turkey, I'm still not fully like convinced about it. Why? Because again, I know for the Nations League, like for France, he came on, he changed the game all by himself, right? My thing is that when he's available for like the 25-30 million, when you have teams like Marseille or this thing, forget them, PSG. When you have a team like PSG, are you telling me a PSG wouldn't invest 30 to 35 million on a French player, their own player, and let him go to some other club? There must be some issue, right? Something irks me regarding that specific reason. The quality is there, but again, can he do it day in and day out? Can he do that like how
He
KDB
doesn't
does?
have the consistency, is what is being
Hmm.
said by majority of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
watched him majorly, but
Hmm.
if I pull up some numbers of him last season,
Hmm.
30 games played in Liga,
Hmm.
22 started, 8 goals, 11 assists. Europa
Hmm.
League, 12 games, 12 goals and assists as an attacking midfielder.
Hmm. 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 Then why are other clubs not trying to sign him? What has changed? What is missing? It feels like a Jokeris kind of situation, you know. For the number of goals that he scored, that price tag means it seems cheap.
It
But
feels more like a Liao situation to me than
hmm. Hmm.
Jokeris.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, yeah, makes sense.
As
Yeah.
to his ability is good on the eyes,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
how well it's translating, it is translating in terms of numbers. But
Hmm.
if you heard interviews and stuff like that, there are certain issues that even managers point out in him,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So I haven't watched much of him, so I won't make
Hmm.
comments that are
Hmm.
critical of him.
Makes
So
makes sense. Turkey is physical, McDonald Messi, but with an attitude of three. Damn, your creativity is next level shit, bro. What even? Even if Turkey fails, it won't matter. 30 million. Yeah, PSG
bro,
tried signing him
if
last.
a 100 million Jack Grealish can fail at City, there's no one questioning anything with Jockey.
Huh, that
That's
is
the
true.
standards they have.
Yeah. The flair that Grealish had at Aston Villa, bro, it's insane, man. People watched Aston Villa, that Aston Villa who was irrelevant because they were not fighting for anything. That Aston Villa, people sat and watched for Jack Grealish.
Mm.
It
Bro, that
wouldn't even
season was
be
mad though. Games against Liverpool, games against United.
the COVID time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. PSG tried signing him last summer, but Leon rejected it. Is it? Okay. This is news. This I didn't know. Thanks for this information. I needed this. There were a few comments up top which I missed out because we were talking about Ange. So I just bring them down. Yeah. So Ainsley says regarding WIRTZ, this thing wage bill 430k, right, bro? Winning the league with Leverkusen is massive achievement, to be honest. And in a current market, players with small potential also get a lot of wages and high signings. Not the case of small potential. See, the the transfer fee is always high, but the wages are generally not at that high. Maybe 200. If Words came for 250 also, we would have been, you know what, worth it. 430k is simply unusual. Why? The second factor is why? Because it is Liverpool. Liverpool just paid Salah 400 now. Just paid Van Dijk 400 now. And I'm saying that Words will come in and get 430k immediately. Because if they were to renew his contract after this, where will that wages go? Eh? From 430 will go to like what, 450, 475? I do not know. Just food for thought. Thought for food, food for thought, whatever.
Food for thought.
If we get Rahul asks, if we get Rodrigo and say we sell Kivior, would who would get as a who would you get as a replacement? In my opinion, an overlapping left back makes a lot of sense. What would your choice be? Hmm. I would say Robinson. I think he'll come. He won't come for cheap, obviously, but I think Robinson is a decent option because he's a traditional left back who will run up and down to make sure that, and he's injury free as well, and he has a very good cross in him. Gets into nice attacking positions too. Premier League proven as well. May not have that X factor name or the aura around him, but he's a very good talent in my opinion. Very underrated as well. Who would you suggest though?
Kieran Tier. Uh, I think this guy. I think Hato makes the most sense in terms of links. He
Hmm,
might not
hmm.
be the most appealing player to lots of people, but I think with the relationships we've had with Ajax,
See, I
it
I know
is the
Hato is
most
there, but it's
attainable.
just that isn't Hato more like that inverting type, or is it like that traditional left back situation?
He's more of an inverting type, which
Uh, no.
makes me think that Arteta would go for him much more than that, and he can play left centre back, which Robinson
Hmm,
can't.
hmm, hmm, hmm.
Another option that I'd have is Carreras, obviously, because I'm in love with him. If
Ha.
he's moved to Real Madrid, doesn't happen because if you're looking for a Robinson from abroad, that is
Hmm,
Carreras. If
hmm,
you're looking for
hmm,
a Calafiori from abroad, that is Carreras. But
hmm,
if we're selling Kivior, I think we should be signing a centre back who can play left centre back and right centre back because
hmm,
Kivior last season had this growth spot where he could play right centre back as well,
hmm,
which was massive in terms of giving Saliba rest.
hmm,
So like this comment also says, I don't think there's a need for Kivior to be sold. And he
hmm,
himself in his interview recently, even when he spoke of Odegaard as the captain,
hmm, hmm, hmm.
which people didn't like throughout the season. He
Yeah,
also
yeah.
mentioned as to how he wants to continue playing for this club because
Hmm,
now that he said about criticism as well as to how he proved them wrong now with his
hmm,
performances. Although he didn't say that directly, but the voice intended to say that. And I
hmm,
think
hmm,
which is fair enough to him because he's given us enough belief to actually cover left back in the previous season,
hmm.
cover left centre back left centre back last season,
Uh,
and then there's good enough for him to play as a right centre back if
hmm,
needed when when I think we need to give rest to our players. So
hmm,
fair enough.
hmm. Krishna, no, welcome, man, welcome. Since whenever you come on stream, right, you've always had great takes and very informative takes as well. I really appreciate you coming on the channel. I hope you're subscribed as well. Just know that I really appreciate your comments because some of the times when we miss, you bring in nice information as well to the conversations.
Soft
Uh,
and hard, Sucheet wholesome moments.
by the way, who was that Barca fan other than me in the chat a few days back? We had another Barca fan.
Who, bro?
I do not know. I'm not aware. I think you guys can go for Johnstone. Okay, because
Vishanu
before
isn't
he
a Arsenal fan?
no, he's not an Arsenal fan if I'm not wrong. Because wait, Shasta Gamer says the same thing. Guys, do you fancy a certain Johnstones for Saliba backup? He can fulfill Tata's uh ex City player fetish. Please don't sign Sane. Yeah, I re- mm. Dun, 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 dun.
Damn,
Okay, yeah.
having same Liverpool fan. Rare sight.
I think you should go for John Stones. But thing is that I've never seen exactly how is he going to be an upgrade if he's going to be if he's going to be injured for majority of the time, right?
And I
Okay.
think it's
Uh,
not a good look to Arsenal as well, bro.
hmm, hmm, hmm,
Yeah, I get the idea of signing a very good centre back who used to be deemed to be one of the best in Pep's prime. But
hmm, hmm,
again, I would rather go for someone who's young, who can become an understudy of Saliba, and not someone who's older than Saliba to
hmm,
hold a position that will be a backup of Saliba. So it just
hmm,
doesn't make
hmm,
sense because The idea of Saliba is to make him a player who can play that libero role, who can carry. Ever since Gabriel got injured, we've spoken about it so much
Hmm. Hmm.
in
Hmm.
terms of
Hmm.
how he can play that John Stones role, is to be what he used to play for City in his prime. And
Hmm.
I think we are seeing shades of it. And I think
Hmm.
getting John Stones makes no sense in
Hmm. Hmm.
order
Hmm.
to actually accommodate that idea as well. So
Hmm. Hmm.
we've had names like Mosquera and all come out, right, for centre back. Who else was there? That
Diomande.
Porto guy. Yeah, Diomande back in the days.
Hmm. Hmm.
Diomande
Hmm.
is linked to some Premier League club. Who was it? We saw a link today.
This one, Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace.
Hmm.
I think that'll be a nice scoop for Crystal
Good
Palace.
Guehi
Yeah.
replacement, to be honest, if he's
Yeah.
gone.
And plus, he's very tall. He's very, very physical. He'll definitely suit them, in my
What do you
opinion.
think of Guehi, though?
At
English
Arsenal,
reports.
I do not know, man. Because see, there is this thing, right? As center back pairing, you got to be tall, you got to be physical. He doesn't fit that thing. But is he a good player? Definitely, he's definitely a good player. I would have him in a five-man back system, as that left
I think he
on the
suits
left.
United well,
Yeah.
or a
That was my
Tottenham as
next
well.
thing. Tottenham, I do not know, but I think he would suit a five-man back system. Basically, this thing, United, basically United, in my opinion. Maybe you could see even this one Newcastle, because they're just physical at no matter what. I think he'll suit in that kind of situation as well. But yeah, actually, you know what, Krishanu, we have a question for you. If the reports are correct that WIRTZ is getting paid 400 or 430K per week, do you think that is a good sign? Because I feel it is not. Because if he's supposed to increase sign an extension, contract extension, how much more are you going to pay? And I think your wage structure is like definitely like very like stingy and all of that. And now you're being paying 400K for like Salah, Van Dijk. I do not know how this thing will be. So let us know in the comment section. Avamsi says Guay wouldn't want to be as a backup. Huh, fair enough. Fair enough. But Diamante is what, 21, 22. So Diamante will be the
He's
backup
still
for
21,
Guay.
22.
Yeah, yeah, 20. How much is it?
Yeah, he's 21. What the fuck?
Ah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Diomande back in the days was supposed to be coming out for like 80 million. Now he's like 30, 40 million.
Oh, did he
Yeah.
regress? Is that what people are saying?
Hmm. At
Hmm.
least value.
Yeah, yeah,
Current
yeah.
market value is 45 million. He'll
Hmm.
come for cheaper than that, to be honest, if he's going to a Crystal Palace or something.
Right, right. Um, any other transfers that we want to talk about, or shall we just wrap it up at this point? You all should go for Prison FC. Nope, nope.
Since he was in
He-
prison FC,
I
what did he do?
mean the Madrid center back, dude. The Madrid center back.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
those are good lineup.
He was good against us in the UL. How is he now? Diomande.
Diomande has, yeah, the game we lost, Tomiyasu and
Oh yeah,
Saliba.
yeah, yeah. Ha. He was good. Now again,
He's
that's
the
what.
same, bro. He's physical. I think in terms of positioning, I see an issue with him.
Hmm.
Positioning, and he's very aggressive like that,
Hmm.
which can benefit him, cannot benefit him.
Hmm.
But I don't see Diomande being the option.
Yeah, yeah. I think we've covered most of the transfers that were happening for today in terms of Arsenal and other teams. Like, let me just skim through Mr.
I'm going through
Fabrizio.
February. I'm doing
Yes,
that
yeah,
literally.
yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Garnacho.
Como are signing Baturina, bro. What a fucking deal if Nico Pass is gonna get a time to bookmark this.
Oh yeah. Oh damn. Wait, didn't you write about
Garnacho,
him in
bro.
your? Didn't you write about him in that piece? Oh yeah, yeah. Wow. Since my God, Cesc Fabregas, man, crazy fellow. He's getting
Yeah,
him
good
to
that Sesk is staying
go.
also.
Ha. And Garnacho looks to be on the move, and apparently he's been in talks with Leverkusen. Well, Eric Ten Hag,
Hmm.
when you came to United, you brought in your Ajax players. When you went to Leverkusen, you're taking your star boy Garnacho. Fair play, man. Fair play to you. But I think him going to Napoli would be
Oh,
insane.
Joao
Imagine a runner
Pedro is
like.
expected to move away from Brighton.
I mean, see, I rate João Pedro. I would like his profile at Arsenal because he's a baller, but again his attitude issues and him, nah, bro, definitely not. It would be another Guendouzi because Guendouzi is a talent. It's just that he has a lot of attitude issues, which will definitely cost a lot. Because if he keeps getting those yellow cards and red cards, there is no longevity for him to play in that main team, right? And if you're playing with that Arsenal jersey, you're automatically under scrutiny from the minute you start playing at Arsenal, right? So yeah, those are nah. What about Theo Hernandez? Do you think Theo Hernandez actually?
Well, swap is not happening.
See, Theo Hernandez is going to Saudi for that wages, right? And I don't think he would want to back down on those wages, at least now. So I don't know. Are you aware of this Hungarian goalkeeper that Liverpool signed?
No, no, no.
No idea.
Pepsi or something, right?
Yeah, Arm, Armin, Armin
Armin Pepsi.
Pexi, Armin Pexi. Yeah.
2000. Bro's as old as me, man. They have that Mama Deshwili guy, right?
Ha
He's
ha
gonna
ha
play
ha.
for them this season.
Mm-hmm. And
Oh,
this guy
damn.
could be
That's
like a
why
future.
also Pelé.
Mm-hmm. He will lose the centre back option with Theo. Haha, exactly. If we sign in Theo Hernandez, yeah, and we're sending Kepa, we're losing a centre back. Yep. Uh
And
oh,
Theo Hernandez is
Osimhen.
not an out. Yeah, Osimhen.
Osimhen looks to be finally going to Al
I don't.
Hilal.
I don't want to entertain Saudi transfers, bro. My bad.
Uh, okay. Uh, anything else? Oh, Chiesa, 1 year at
Where?
Liverpool and looks to be on the move to Italy again. Where will he go? Some say he might be back to Juventus under a new manager. Some say that
Makes
he
sense,
might,
though.
yeah. Some say that Cesc Fabregas might call him for the experience. We never know. We never really know.
Oh yeah, this guy,
Um,
by the way, we haven't spoken of Hoyland to Inter.
I mean, there is not much traction around it. That is the whole reason why I didn't bring it up. I thought we'll wait for it some more because
There's not much traction around Hoyland as well, which is why we haven't brought him
ha
up.
ha ha ha.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, it just confirmed that Jorginho has left to Flamingo. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
hmm. I think that's it from
Maturina.
yeah. That's it regarding transfers. There's not much to talk about because the more we this,
Mm.
if we
I
were to
mean,
like
if
see,
anyone in the comments has any questions,
huh,
then probably that
hmm.
in terms of players on the move.
Definitely. And also for all the people who are still there as concurrent viewers, right? Next week, I'm doing the giveaway. It will either be on a Friday or it will be on a Saturday or a Sunday. So stay tuned for that, okay? And on a Monday, we might have a big collaboration with a Barca content creator. Just say, let's hope it works out. Let's hope it works. So that's all I'm just saying. So yeah, we'll just stay for a minute or so, waiting for comments if from the chat if they have something to share regarding this. But yeah, we're done from our side. In yeah. If you guys watch tennis, the women's open has just concluded with Coco winning. The way Sabalenka played, she was just horrible. It just felt like she was throwing the game at that point. But yeah, horrible game from her, man. Horrible. But yeah, good night, Vamsi. Good night. Also, I think Daksh Bro started to stream. That is why the dip in all the
I think
concurrent
he's
viewers
having a
has.
chill stream or something, right?
No, regarding transfers, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
A short chill
Yeah.
stream. Yeah, chill stream.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we are done from 30th Wimbledon, huh? Yep. Wait, what? Okay, I think on 30th Wimbledon starts. That's what he meant. Yeah. Anyways, we'll see you soon. If you guys have enjoyed the streams, I hope you liked. Uh, the channel almost at 140. I mean, 1.14. No, actually, we're still at 1.139. Yeah, one. Not
That's
one.
1,000 what?
Yeah, 1,139 subscribers. which is good. But we're hoping to hit 1.5k before the end of the summer transfer window. Let's see. Let's see. Next week, a lot of content coming out. Keep or sell Arsenal edition, keep or sell Bayern Munich edition, keep or sell Man City edition. Sesko scouting video if the production or the editing work is done. Let's hope a nice collaboration on Monday as well. A lot of content coming out next week. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll be back soon. Till then, we love you all. Till then, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you're in the world. Bye bye. Good night. Peace.